well be the best player in the Southeastern Conference.
He had 30 against Texas A&M. He is talented off the floor as well. Plays piano, drums. Also plays the saxophone. He's watching as Johnny Juzang knocks down a three-footer. He's guarded by Nick Richards. To the right hand, Richards blocked it.
Blocked it, ate it up, both.
Keon Brooks onto the floor as well as Maxi's three drops. Richards hits the ground hard.
Very well be a tie game if not have the lead. It could be a 5-point game the other way. Yeah, absolutely it could. Now John Calipari with a lot of play calls in front of his bench. Heavy dosage probably of sprint out ball screens with Nick Richards and Hagans trying to get his guards going to the rim.
Dump off to Nick and he thunders it home.
Remarkable job that he has done. But to come in this building when everything was going Kentucky's way, it seemed like early. But Kentucky, they're just a young team that cannot put people away.
It's a nice kick out, and that's what they do. They stretch the D, and you better get on that guy.
So Purifoy has nailed a pair of three-pointers for Auburn. And off to a quick start on the offensive end. Okoro drawing the assignment on Hagans out front. You can switch him on anybody on the floor. That's his versatility.
Great defender. There's this empty side. Look inside, guys. He's right there. They go for the hook.
Richards.
Shot.
Oh, it goes.
And Kentucky's really been good with the basketball, too. Turnovers solid. There's a little 1-3-1 look. And they morph to your shape.
And Kentucky is shooting it at 53%. Only 2 losses in the SEC this year to South Carolina and Auburn. Give up a rack attack. Right off the hands of Wiley to Okoro. Short on a three.
Forget about it.
Maxi. Good night.
Going in, right?
Also played high school football, which is not surprising when you see him at 6'7", 230. Auburn is 7 of 18 from three-point territory.
A little envious there.
Yeah, you did see that.
Nice ball fake with Standing. You control it, though.
Here's Hagans. Small against the big. Williams. Hagans.
You can make this.
Step back, Sestina. Book it. Misses Brian Tyree to 3 of 19 from the field, the SEC's leading scorer. So Auburn can lock you down and give you fits on this end of the floor. Maxey takes it outside with 11 to shoot. Screen, Richards. Shot clock at 6. Richards squares.
Yes. He can make that.
8% for the year, but this guy has been outstanding. Josh Nebo, who was denied that time.
A&M embraces ugly in terms of how they play. And Nick Richards.
That comes in 348th in the country in three-point percentage. They're shooting it well right now.
And A&M goes right to their 1-2-2 3-quarter court press. If Kentucky can ever find the backside of their press offense, it will be a drive waiting to happen.
Nobody around quickly, and he has...
Isolate Nebo. As soon as Sestina got the match on him, Buzz Williams with the work.
Drive and kick and quick. Plus finding Nebo.
And A&M just found him. They better keep trying to find him, but it's going to be hard because right now he's on the bench. Doesn't help.
Couple of fouls on Nebo. They've got 3 against Wendell Mitchell, 3 on Emmanuel Miller as well. Maxey got it right back from Sestina, who's looking pass first. Another extra pass to the corner, and again, quickly.
Rebuilt as a team, as a unit, so that the best version of you thereby contributes to the best version of the unit. And to me, it reminds me so much of being around Alabama football as much as I am. The way Nick Saban operates and the way John Calipari operates with their kids is so strikingly similar. Don't come here if you want to be patted on
the rim to make it an 11-point game. And Jackson on the comeback trail.
The outlet, the Expression outlet store. Outlet store. That's my finest shopping.
Fantastic.
It's only an 11-point game. I'm really impressed with the fight of A&M's defense. Watch how they move on the flight of the ball collectively. It's really impressive how all 5 guys are in sync and how hard Kentucky's...
Cartones de manera provisional al tiempo que estamos llegando casi a la mitad de esta primera mitad, valga la expresión. Aquí está entonces Hagans, colándose, empujando, mordiendo, entrando, y Richard con la gira, atasca finalmente.
Partes.
Y el reloj que sigue su inexorable marcha. Y va Quickly otra vez con el número 3, que esta es Maxi, del que ya platicábamos un poco. Hagans, gran prospecto para el básquetbol de paga. Aquí el intento de 3 y este es Quickly, que acaba recuperando Dante Basetka, al quien poco hemos visto de intento de 3 también, que falla. Maxi, sí, eficiente. Y Hagans buscando a Quickly. Venga Quickly, lúcete Quickly. Ahí acaba equivocándose. ¿Quién se equivocó? Nada menos que Blackshear Jr. Maxi.
For National Defensive Player of the Year.
Quickly kick corner. No.
Good pass.
Quickly kept clapping his hands. He wanted it, and he buries it.
LSU's got to keep attacking the paint off the dribble. I'm not sure that was the shot, even though Devontae Smart can make that. You take a bad one and it leads to a layup on against Auburn.
The officials didn't buy that it was a shot attempt. Harden gets that call.
Well, that is a shot attempt. I don't know how they, if you're going to call it a foul, it's got to be a shot.
Maxi's open. And Kentucky shooting a lot better in the second.
A great actor, Jim Caviezel.
Dave Billitz's new best friend.
I didn't know that Caviezel was he played high school basketball in the state of Washington, played against Quinn Snyder. Went to George Raveling's basketball camp. The first 3 in February.
Is off. Yeah, he's averaging 9. He needs to get 16 or 18 today. How good was Ole Miss in their early morning shoot-around, Ravi, at 8 a.m.?
They were on fire, but this guy's been over 3 teams, 9-2. And to Dallin's point, that Mississippi State team, they've been riding that bubble, and that is a must-win for them today. A lot of that stuff's going to be determined at the SEC tournament in Nashville. Got to take advantage of the opportunity when you get it. And how about Adu coming through? Richards, contact, no foul. Boy, late whistle, and a flop is going to be called, or at least a warning here. Quickly launches a 3. Look good from the get-go, and he knocks it.
Kentucky right now being bothered by that high lifted offense, spread offense by Jerry Stackhouse.
Foul there on Obina. Richards may have gotten away with another push. And that shot from Maxi good for 3. 4 on the shot clock. He's going to have to launch, and a high arcing shot that tends sometimes to go in off the window. Just draws back iron.
It's like he's just not letting those Vanderbilt guards get to their strong hand.
Maxi buries a 3 from the corner. A tough pass at the feet of Evans. Hagans comes away with it. Maxi ahead of the field. Good pass. What a pass from Hagans to Maxi. Corner 3 out of the break. That goes halfway down. First half, that was going down. Not here in the second half. Hagans pushes Maxi. Reverse layup in the paint. And the Wildcats grab the lead. Tough pass. It gets all the way through to Quickly. He's met on the baseline. A turnover, a returnover. And Emmanuel Quickly 3. Got it from the corner. They'll call it a...
Man, go back and grade every game film. Miss free throws, miss layups, they cost you ball game. That open corner action for Kentucky is so good, man. Those guards, they seek it, they hunt it.
Hagans, oh, what a pass to Richards. Outstanding.
By Kentucky, and it's anybody's game.
That layup there was the first paint point since the 13-10 mark of the second half. Quickly wide open. He's been rock solid all year from 3, and he knocks it down.
You could have cut it to 65-59 and have your press on.
Hagans 7 assists.
Same action.
Quickly 3. Bang. Another one.
Big time.
The 7-footer from Serbia. eligible in January. Initially, the waiver was denied on the transfer from ASU.
Nice little bounce pass to get it open up.
He can really stroke 4 Tennessee turnovers.
You had Sustainer, right? The NCAA tournament?
I did. A couple of years ago with Bucknell. That was a really strong Bison team. Caught inside. Count it. Richards. Will they give him... Tennessee is 0 of 5 from three-point territory.
Herbert's got to stay at home with Sustainer. He's got great range if he gets in a ball screen. Or even here.
Hagans forced to give it up. Nobody home. Richards.
9% on the offensive glass. Only West Virginia's putting up a bigger number. Abdu and Reggie Perry, they fight each other in transition to run to the front of the rim.
Second offensive rebound. That was a big deal in that Auburn game. They beat Kentucky on the boards 42-28. Quickly step back. They'll give you 3. If it goes, then it does.
Puts a ton of pressure on you, Sestina does, with that high flat ball screen action.
Two things Kentucky would like to get from Sestina and Juzang, just some outside shooting presence.
Nice roll.
That time Sestina rolls to the rack and gets
Delivering that contact, and we're seeing that work pay off tonight.
pays off there with a double team. Hagans and Maxey play give and let go. Weatherspoon's got 3 fouls. So the team, if you think about it, Perry's been down, Woodard has been down, Carter's 1 of 5, Weatherspoon 0 for 5. Nick Richards been in there for about 4 seconds. They don't call any of that. He gets those.
Haven't had one, have they?
Weatherspoon was on the bench for a bunch of it. He's now back in the game. Next foul for him, he's out of the game. Same with Adu. So the screen. Hagan steps through it. Richards foul line extended, and he knocks it down.
Yeah.
2 rebounds shy of what would be his 10th double-double of the season. Only Perry has more in the SEC. An 8-point game, 3:40 to go.
Kentucky with their circle action, now the timeout. Hagans was the initial baseline runner. Now they go into that high flat ball screen to let Hagans go to work.
Wide open underneath for the alley-oop, and what a play.
Has come to Auburn, and they are fired up. Kentucky with the first possession of the game.
Ashton Hagans, the outstanding point guard for Kentucky, being guarded by Isaac Okoro, the freshman from Auburn. Okoro is a high-level defender that can switch off and guard absolutely anybody 1 through 5.
Has some good size on him as well. Okoro 6'6", 225. An early slip there by Tyrese Maxey. Shot clock running down on the Cats.
If anybody makes a catch as good as Maxey's in the Super Bowl, that'll be something, because that dude caught that. Bruce Pearl clearly liked what he saw out of his smaller lineup with Wiley out with those 3 fouls. Going to stick with it. It is a much quicker lineup, and they can really spread the floor more.
What about Kentucky getting Richards involved?
Well, they got to give him the ball. I mean, they've been really good off that high ball screen.
Wow, Max, or quickly rather, knocks down the 3.
Have to go after that rebound. That could have been foul number 3. Double drag up top, and a roll and pop.
And E.J. Montgomery with
Goodness, young fella. Get on your trampoline.
Vanderbilt by 2. To Montgomery.
That plays a 4-point swing.
Sestina. Big one. Top of the court is on that. For Vandy. Lead is pushed back to 4, almost halfway through the second half.
So that's plus 18 in 3-point differential.
Quickly it was bumped. And a check. Personal looming large for Vandy's upset hopes. Richards inside the bit of with Nick Richards' skill set. The length, the wingspan, the scoring ability, rebounding, rim protection.
Bouncy. He's got a real bounce to his game. He's combined that with a high skill level.
I think that's one of the reasons so many people are starting to say, okay, teams you don't want to play in March. This one right here. He's scoreless at the break. Played 5 minutes in the first half. Has exploded to lift Kentucky to this comeback. Again.
Similar on the offensive end, with the exception of
quickly as the shooter right now. But again, the Kentucky guards coming down to rebound on the defensive glass is huge.
Hagans quickly. He has been a three-point whiz all season. Hagans handsy on him. Edwards step back. No good. No good rebound by Richards, who pushes.
With a low hand.
Look out. Oh, they had Keon Brooks wide open, and he couldn't bring it in. That one worked. Hagans found Richard.
Really concerning why Khalil Whitney would walk away from his team at this part of the season. What is to be gained? You just wonder in those situations, Ravi, who is in the ear of the young man.
Well, in the ear of another banner at some point. And the culture of this place seems to indicate they probably will.
Kentucky comes out with a baseline runner action. This usually results with a side isolation or a middle drive down the pipes of Hagans.
Richards, free throw line, got it.
He shoots that 15-footer.
The bench, so let's circle 12:40 on the clock and see what happens with Nick Richards sitting down. Sestina's three, oh, big one, and Hagans or quickly and Maxey show themselves here late in this contest.
Just a tremendous one-on-one defensive play by Quickly to be the second guy off the floor, but the long extension to get in front of the ball as a defender.
Too easy for Richards, and he gets the bucket. Hagans that were in Georgia tonight, he said, I'm going to play a little slower pace. He's off to a good start. And all of a sudden, Georgia's made a couple of buckets to pull within 5.
Yeah, that last basket, Tom Crean again, he posts up Anthony Edwards. The lob to Nick Richards. Yeah.
There's a steal by Hagans. We've got Sestina ahead of the floor for the flush.
About it.
Off that turnover, a near other turnover. Hagans, the alley-oop. Nick Richards took it off the backboard.
Settling for threes, but when you are going to shoot, make sure you're ready to catch and shoot. He doesn't feel like when they get the ball, they're ready to shoot it as they get a run out for Brooks.
And they're on
one of the great bass fishing lakes in the entire United States.
Marty's my new best friend because he says Jimmy. Jimmy.
That's zone again by Georgia, and they'll lift up high, and on a Hagans cut, just see if they follow him through to take away his passing ability on that baseline.
Good cut by Richards, indeed, in a lay-in. Hagans found him.
Well on it. I think about what I could have done and move on to the next game because it's a league, so we always got a game coming up, so I just worry about the next game.
And lastly, for all you've done through basketball in your career, what challenges does the college game present? How is college different from what you've done so far?
This is dope.
We'll go inside his expectations for the season. Sports Center after ACC Hoops on ESPN and the ESPN app. Tiger was asked about the majors record that he continues to pursue, Sam Snead's record, and the importance of tomorrow.
Not the film that I just saw.
8-point advantage. Hagans 17. Gets it to EJ. That's a 2, and it drops.
That's good offense.
Well, in that Arkansas game when Calipari was thrown out, Hagans put his arm around him as he was walking off the court and said, we have it. We got it.
And they did.
And they did. Now we'll try to burn a little clock, leading this one by 12 with 3:40 to go.
Kentucky will close out games as a legitimate high free throw percentage team and 3 guards that seldom turn it over. Wow, that's an anchor to go to right there.
And had to go to the wire to beat them. Witt rises up, and the rebound pulled down by Tyrese Maxey. With that 30 in their last game against Vanderbilt. Came out of SMU, started here at Arkansas. Hagans to Richards. Yes. That's the dilemma. Witt picks up his dribble. Back to the corner to Sills. That's short. You know, Sills last year shot the 3 pretty well for Mike Anderson. This year he's more driving the basketball, but he's capable of getting hot with that 3. Sestina, talk about hot right off. Question about it. That's got to be their strength here. to offset the size of Kentucky.
Well, they're 4 for their first 5, but Kentucky's just about.
Good year for them. Had 30 in the last game and had 30 without a 3. That's a rarity. They got 3 guys on the team that need 30 or more at one time.
Quickly, the floater is good.
Size. LSU had 23 offensive rebounds, and they only had 24 rebounds total as a team. When you looked at, there it is, the second opportunity in that zone. That zone has been really something.
Joe for 3. Rims it out.
It's been all Kentucky since Sean Calipari went in the shower. He went in the shower. It's all Kentucky.
Hagans is able to set up quick.
There's Couisnard on the take. The kick out pass. Bryant unloads a 3.
Bryant, not a great three-point shooter.
And for that matter, neither is this Gamecock team at 28% and a quick bucket. Couisnard finds Lawson up top. Lawson, little Euro step, lost the handle.
I think Hagans got the strip.
Hagans, Maxey, teardrop, good.
Active hands by
An empty trip. Kentucky up by 5 with the basketball.
Wildcats with 6 turnovers early in this first half.
Hagans, kick out pass quickly has been on fire. Already Hagans with 3 assists. He averages over a 7 a game. That's number 1 in the SEC, and he drops another diamond.
He's not bashful. And Frank Martin is looking for some leadership from the lead guard position.
Remember, it was Couisnard who missed that Florida game with a back strain.
Matchup 2-3 zone defense handled easily, especially by Hagan, because Maxey was right there, almost to look like he could get a steal. Minaya with a catch. Maybe that gets Minaya going.
Frank threading the needle. Inside, Richards left alone.
How good is Hagan?
Look at the foul trouble in this game.
3/4 court pressure.
Maxey left alone, can't do that.
Score, also the leading rebounder, Jay, for Alabama, and there's an example of the quick trigger right off the bat. Alex Reese misses a 3.
Now, Alex Reese is a big guy, but he can really stretch you and pull the Kentucky big guys away from the bucket.
Well, and how about the first 2 shots of the game for Kentucky? Bounces to Richards.
Well, how about the pass ahead by Kyra Lewis Jr. to get it to Petty to get that transition 3?
Lewis stays in front of Hagans. Hagans gets it back.
Kentucky wants to drive the ball. Everything they do is to get a drive or a post-up.
18-footer E.J. Montgomery, and a guy who's been
on the road at Georgia.
It's one thing to get there a ton. It's another thing to shoot them well. Kentucky does both of those things, and as you can see, they have made more free throws than their opponents have attempted. Sestina for 3. The grab 4.
That's the second Euro step he's had. The first one got blocked.
Remember, he's a guy who had an elbow injury earlier this season, played through it, has been hampered by it, but feeling much more like himself recently. And the loudest rough has been so far today, and it got louder now. Hagans, quickly.
Kentucky had 4 white shirts right there on the defensive glass and came away with it. Little ball screen coverage change now. Alabama is pressing up and staying a playmaker. You really have to force him left. He can still make plays going to his left, but he's not quite as good.
14 points per game. The leading scorer for Kentucky, one of 4 players averaging better than 12 points per game, including
John Calipari is probably saying to himself, look, we gave up a 2, but as long as we're not giving up 3s, and it's going to take a lot of 2s to beat us.
Hanging around down by 7, 12 minutes to go. Baseline, Maxey.
He's got game, that ain't it? Running something to get a drive here.
10 to shoot. Maxey behind the back. Keon Brooks back into the game. As Kentucky's gone a little bit smaller, he's taken the place of Sestina. Got to get a shot off. Quickly from the corner.
They've had 100 more free throw attempts. They've made 138 more free throws than their opponents. That's really remarkable to shoot 80% as a team from the line.
Sure is. Georgia not nearly as effective.
Kentucky on a 6-0 run. They were down 5-zip. And a nice pass to Nick Richards from the flush from George.
Nice pass.
One extra pass turned over. Ty Fagan into the game. He turned it over.
Could have just hit it out top to Brown. Great pass. He walked.
He did get away with the walk. They call a foul.
Wait. Yeah, that one was a trail three, and he's a much better catch and shoot guy. One thing that Georgia doesn't want to do is give up transition buckets, just like they did. I mean, Kentucky is...
Georgia up by 5 and a pickoff. And they turned it right over. It's happened about 3 times tonight.
And
Maxey, dagger 3.
And it's always...
And it's obvious the impact that Hagans has on this team.
I mean, he is the engine of this team.
Throws it. Alley-oop to Richards, who lays it in. They didn't.
Mitchell Smith, too strong. Rebound to Richards.
And you will not see Missouri send many to the glass. You'll see 4, sometimes 5 black jerseys getting back.
Hagans
on the foul on the shot clock. Bails out. Missouri, and they get a fresh 20, and it's good defensive rebound by Kentucky. See how quickly Missouri gets back to set their D.
To Richards. Vincent already has 1 big 3. That one is blocked by Richards off to Montgomery. It's a 3-on-2. Hagans trying to find somebody. Guarded well by the Tigers, and Richards slips, and yes, it will go. 5 on the shot clock.
Got the mismatch.
Hagans with the steal.
Really good perimeter defense by Montgomery.
Quickly. Got it!
Kentucky's doing, using their length, switching on that screening action. Forcing a tough shot.
Yeah, Drew Smith can't get it to go. Here's Hagans. Ashton with a couple of points and 4 assists. Give him 5 assists.
Do it consistently yet. But when you got Pinson and you got Tillman with 2 personal fouls, we're probably not going to see them the rest of the half. Right? I mean, you certainly can't play Tillman with 2 fouls.
Here's Hagans. I don't know if that was an intentional pass or... Again, no Nick Richards in there. Lane opens up. Alley-oop to Montgomery. Hagans.
He loves that 3, too. He'll drift outside Williams. Good rebounder, shot blocker. There's the pick and pop, and they're up on him.
Under 10 to shoot. Hagans lobs to Richards in close. Scott.
Nice look by Hagans.
Here's the pass out with 4 on the shot clock. Way off the mark. Wara pulled it off the backside, but threw it right to Sestina.
Just look at the balance, though.
Maxey pulls up, drains it. Trying to. Wara fade away over Richards. Tough shot.
Settled again.
With the rebound.
And Richards really magnificent early on D. Nice pass.
Nice lead to Montgomery. There's what you've been looking for. They've done pretty well compared to a week ago.
Dribble drive, but I would love to see Richards get a touch. They go a little bit of a zone look here.
Hagans out to a wide open Maxey for 3, and he got it. Went right into the hands of Sutton, back out to McMahon. His 3's off the mark. Well, who's going to get it? Hagans comes clear with it. And he runs it up and lays it in for Montgomery.
How about this?
Ron Perry, the kick out. Sutton for 3. In and out. And Hagans has another rebound.
We got 5 on 4 if they want it.
Maxey will take it on the other end and got it. 2 big 3s in this half. Louisville back in front.
And Zach drove the backcourt.
Hagans leads it for Sestina.
Very nice play.
And now Wara on the drive. And he had it blocked by Montgomery. Big defensive play by E.J. Montgomery.
Actually hasn't touched it.
Trying to get free of Sutton. Back to Quickly. He'll take it. Got it.
Nice job.
Seated
and left.
And when you walked in, everybody rose and left.
Took off. And why not? They were asking for donations. I took off myself. And slip. Sistina was wide open. They didn't tell him late.
Yeah, got it too late. Hagans, 10 on the shot clock. Got it to Sistina that time.
Wow.
3-point Ohio State lead. We approach 6 minutes at a fast-paced first half, up and down the floor. Between number 5 and number 6 in the country.
And they pin down again. They're trying to look.
8 on the shot clock. Hagans has a look up, looking for a pick from Richards. Gives it back to Nick. He'll try a clear. I think his foot might have been on the line. But to be the leading scorer in the first half for Ohio State, I didn't.
I knew he'd be a major contributor.
He's
not necessarily the points.
He's got 10.
He is a gamer.
This matches the Buckeyes' biggest lead that they had very early in the game, up 4.
Look at Young's footwork. Doing his homework early on the post. Now he switches.
And the lead underneath to Montgomery.
Yeah, he's going to get the... These are so meaningful, though. You know, these two teams, you're talking a line in the NCAA.
Right.
Moving up a line.
They'll look back on this December matchup when it is tournament time and say who won this game. It'll be big.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Young.
If both teams are playing at the same time. And they are here today. I think Mom and Dad are here.
I think they're visiting. There we go again. The overhelp.
Another one, number 5. And then the foul after that rebound was on 24, as you saw right there, Andre Wesson. 10 minutes. Remaining in the game. Maxey tried to kick it over to Nick Richards and he ran into traffic. Hagans got it back. And Maxey got an open look. Knocks it down.
Well, he listened to the coach. They got that zone set up again. Getting the cracks. I think you got to get to that foul line, too, if you can hit somebody.
There's an open look.
And it goes. How about this kid? They've had answers, haven't they?
They have. They come from a lot of different spots. That's what makes them so good so far this year.
How about a touchdown on the box here?
Maxey, a runner, floater, got it. He hits the deck. Walker has just about sealed the deal here with his 3-pointer and those 2 free throws. And Ashton Hagans in some traffic and a drop off.
Nice play, though.
Jordan, Utah. Have you been to Utah before?
Here's Timmy Allen averaging 20 points per game. Missed the layup.
Not the offensive explosion.
Maxey in transition. Counted and a foul. A 3-point chance.
Leonard. A year ago, he couldn't do any of that stuff. When Kawhi Leonard joined the NBA, couldn't shoot a lick. Mark Hughes, one of the coaches from San Diego State, undefeated San Diego State Aztecs, and ranked nationally. He's here tonight. There are so many NBA people.
Well, they play Utah next. Here's Maxey with the floater on the baseline. It's good. 23. Allen with 15 points here in the first half.
Can we rerun Larry Kraskowiak's pregame speech? Maybe give it to you and get your chin off your chest, please.
Kentucky has turned the ball over 4 times in the last 3 minutes, and it's a 7-0 run by Utah that ends on the Montgomery jump.
I've ever been in my life.
The other one is in your backyard by the teepee.
Correct. But that one in the Atlantis with the metal racks inside to lay on, and then a salt water that they pump right in out of the Caribbean Sea, fantastic.
You invited me into that jacuzzi at your house, and I said no. As Montgomery hits another last year with a foot injury. Played a bunch of minutes in the first half, guarding Nick Richards. Here's Whitney for 3, and he buries it. The first triple of the
course when it comes out.
Absolutely. We're good. Tickets Friday morning, 9 a.m. showing in L.A. Going to see it.
Did you ever read The Ride of a Lifetime by Bob Iger?
Oh, getting the bounces, Rich. By 8, inside 6 minutes to go.
Utah continues to just pack it in, which is a good idea, but you're just giving the Wildcats' confidence by letting them go wherever they want.
Nice move by Montgomery.
Big player, whoa, watch out for the Ducks. But Gonzaga, they're still the best team in the West.
They leave quickly, and he knocks down a three. What an answer.
A 100% shot that you have no chance of defending. You know, that's Tom Izzo calls those turnovers for touchdowns. I mean, it's a live ball turnover that you have no shot of defending.
There's another stop for Kentucky, which had 9 dunks. 9% coming in.
And they've struggled really everywhere. And now it's a little bit of a 2-3 zone look. They'll give you different alignments, but essentially it's zone, and Kentucky's getting the ball into the middle of the floor to Ashton Hagans, who can make plays in there. Good fade.
Quickly, got it.
Hey, that was a great ball fade by Emmanuel Quickly.
DeVoe.
That was a good move.
Left it short. Up the floor quickly. On the response for Kentucky. And
Maxey. You know, Maxey's offense may have suffered a little bit as a result, but his defense has been outstanding. He's rebounded really well. I think he has 7 rebounds in the ball game. Yeah, but his defense on DeVoe is the reason that Kentucky has this lead.
Quick tie low, Richards.
And again, it was Ashton Hagans. Yeah, because he had contact there. So what's he supposed to do? Right. I mean, this flop rule is stupid.
Well, and that's why I was saying earlier, if it's about the result of what happens to the player who's defending you, people are going to do strange things. As that goes down from the corner.
Some downsides to it, too.
Digger won't hear about that. He's on opposite us, I believe. Look, watching a John Calipari shoot around, by the way, he is as active and as vocal as any head coach that we see. He very much takes shoot around seriously.
Now, he's a great teacher.
Yes.
In addition to being a great coach, great recruiter, he's a great teacher of the game. Ashton Hagans with another.
Serves the drink for this offense, still out with an ankle sprain. First shot rims out, the rebound E.J. Montgomery for Kentucky.
And this is what Kentucky wants to do. Get the ball up and down the floor quickly and get out in transition to get easy baskets.
Very defense. Top of the key 3. Rush can't put it down. Here's Hagans to Montgomery. Stuffed.
He can shoot it now.
Brandon Powell, though, misses his first.
Yeah, that kid's got range. Kentucky's got to find him.
Montgomery, catch and score.
Utah losing. Oklahoma won in overtime, correct?
How about that?
So Oklahoma definitely cheering for LSU right now.
Montgomery finishes at the rim.
Do the same here.
It's been the alliteration this week. Fight and finish have been the 2 key words Calipari has used as he continues to motivate this team. Remember,
he's pretty good at conveying his message and making us repeat it, right?
Motivating, right? He's pretty good at that?
Yeah. He coaches the media, too.
There's Richard. Ball, the cross player. Nice follow there from Bishop. Didn't pick up basketball until about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And he scores it again. No trick
in the world. Is he more famous as a Kentucky player or as a tweeter?
There's Montgomery again.
Top 4? I'd say so. I mean, I think he could.
Lincoln Riley is smiling right now.
While we're on the theme of food, big at heart is that ribeye I had last night at Tony's.
I was
enjoying
enjoying
9-ounce filet, which is
Bishop for 3. Hagan's eyes up. Montgomery and the flush.
And man, they just were not ready for it. But again, part of the maturation process, not playing the scoreboard, not playing down to the competition. And I think Coach Cal's got to be really pleased with it. Yes, they've made a few mistakes here and there, but that's going to happen throughout the course.
Nate Sestina. He'll be back in a couple of weeks. The All-Patriot League performer last year in Bucknell was going for 7 and 7 over the first couple of games of the year before he broke his left wrist.
Yeah, to me, I mean, I think you're looking at Khalil Whitney, Keon Brooks, Johnny Juzang, and Nate Sestina. So of those guys, and you got to think
has to be ready. After all this Thanksgiving basketball, we've got our own dessert right now.
Very well said. There have been some wonderful tournaments and very interesting games over the last 3 or 4 days. Kentucky comes in at 5-1. Nice pass for Richards down inside. Fumbled, recaptured, and thrown.
Good and awfully easy from the freshman out of Raleigh, North Carolina, 5'10". So as a smaller guard, he knows he has to be able to extend the court. And Big Blue Nation now starting to get behind their team.
Hagans, nice hesitation, dribble, gets it up to Richards for the slam dunk.
That's which is something that a young team like Kentucky has to become more comfortable with.
Nice move to the basket by Lovin, but unable to finish. Keon Brooks buries the three-pointer, his first look. Brooks Jr. just needs to see a couple of shots go through the bottom of the basket. Ball's on the floor, and here comes Kentucky. Hagans looking ahead. Looking to add to a 7-0 run. Nice move to the basket once again by Richards.
Why Nate Sestina is out of the basketball game until he gets back.
Benjamin feeling it. Another three-pointer, that off the back of the iron.
Heat check, I don't mind that.
Absolutely not. Especially when points are hard to come by. UAB does not really average a lot of points. Kentucky does.
Nice defense that time by Kentucky and Emmanuel quickly.
UAB showed some zone back in the man-to-man. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the half. Richards, nice looking stroke as well. Boy, are these two fit. Montgomery.
Yeah, nice poise and pace that time by Scott Grayson going into the teeth of that Kentucky Wildcat defense.
Lob pass, catch under the plane of the board, no problem at all. Back up inside.
Improved. Another pretty big rivalry game down on the plains in Auburn, too, for the SEC, I think, that few people are going to watch.
Are you going to watch that game?
Absolutely.
Pull-up jump shot by...
Tremendous spirit about himself. You can tell they'll miss his absence, and particularly his ability to talk on the floor. But he was so optimistic, so positive. I was really impressed with the young man, as I am Mr. Richards.
Not 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Shot clock at 7. And on the running lob, double-digit assists.
Much in this basketball game, especially with the potential of Ashton Hagans being in foul trouble, already having 3 fouls, and Nick Richards. I think that's going to be the strategy of more teams as they play Kentucky with this thin rotation.
Wow, what a pass again. Career high.
Now Kentucky has went to more of this positionless basketball. They've got Brooks at the 4 position. Not as much back to the basket, not as big, not as strong. And so let's see how Kentucky can operate. This is more of a 4-out or even 5-out in one end.
What a tough pass. Amazing pass. And
for instance, Missouri plays Xavier to overtime. Okay, they could have won that game. So I don't think there's any team in the SEC that cannot compete with any team across the country. That is starts with confidence shooting the ball.
Blocked by Richards. And Hagans brings down the loose ball. Numbers for Kentucky. Alley-oop to Brooks. Oh. First tie of the game, 19-all. And we welcome those of you who have been watching. It's been their leading offense thus far for Lamar. We'll see how they do without him on the floor. No dice on that trip. Hagans, Maxey, deep 3. Legs kick out, and a lot of contact, no whistle there. And the short jumper is off the mark. Into the hands of Keon Brooks. That was a nice switch. Communication defensively right there. Hagans. Oh, what a pass to Richards. What a dime began, too. Kentucky's defense was on point. And they were up 10-zip before Lamar was able to get a bucket. And it created some easy scoring opportunities for Kentucky. 6 rebounds for Richards, and now under 10. Jefferson on a blow-by. Left it short. Every time Lamar goes to the goal, they can hear footsteps from some of Kentucky's bigs. Montgomery, that's the kind of shot forced to think, and I'm still forced to teach. Eventually, a lot of this will come second nature. Blocks come second nature to Richards and Maxey. He's second nature.
Defensively by Buster. Took a chance and it paid off for him.
Quickly off the screen. Lines up a three and knocks it down. Is Nick Richards enjoying his best offensive campaign in his 3-year career? He wins the opening tip. Kentucky in white. Now St. Mary's in blue.
And obviously, if Kentucky's healthy, it'll be a different team that they've been the last couple times at.
Richards down low, and Richards finds his poker table with Vegas. Would be doing pretty well right now.
It reminds me of coaching Little League. That's how all the kids were lined up and put them by the numbers.
Richards again. Strong take, but a rough air ball scooped up by Hagans. Hagans gliding in the front court. Another alley-oop pass in there on the dismay, and there's Hobway all the way on the other end with the bucket.
Nice move by Hobway. Initially, he did not have numbers. What he did on the finish, he just attacked until he was stopped. He wasn't stopped.
Kick out past Montgomery. And that will get his confidence. And he's played in 2 NCAA tournaments, that Bucknell. So he's got some postseason experience. Tough three and right between the eye.
Well, just checking.
Yep, it's definitely not going away anytime soon. I'll tell you, having done a number of football games here since Mark took over the job, I think he's done one of the most underrated jobs for the program in the country. I really do.
Yeah. Hesitate if the leather touched his hand.
Never does. Never met a shot he doesn't like.
Oh, that's what they pay you for. Sometimes you got to tell a kid, hey, do you know why you're on scholarship?
Yeah,
because that's what you do.
That's what you do. And now he's expanded his repertoire to oversized pocket squares. Man of a lot of versatility. Under 3 minutes to go. Inside Richards, and Richards just giving the rim a work.
That is what they're trying to get out there. I'm not sure Woodbury had near enough contact to hit the deck.
Transition the other way after the Utah Valley.
Good question. Better job at Kentucky to protect the nail, protect the elbow.
Richards was mismatched on Averett, but he forced a miss. Remember, he forced a turnover on him in the first half.
Nice
Hagans
attack.
drives, dishes, dunk through. Nick Richards.
He's been an assistant with the Lakers for 6 years. He's a 2-time All-American at Stanford.
He walks around campus in Crocs.
Yes.
He doesn't care.
No. And he literally walked around campus in Crocs. You're right. Where's the offense? You know, last year it was Tyler Hero, P.J. Washington, and they had to have one. Who is it?
Richards from the baseline. Weird play.
And allow the dribble penetration on the baseline, knowing that the pass was going to be delivered right in front of the rim. That was beautifully done at a key time.
Hagans right for Richards. He'll throw that
down in rodeos in Arkansas in the summer.
It's not just over the back, it's way over the back. It's over the back and on the back.
Who's your zone buster? Who can bust that zone as a passer or as a shooter? Wide open was Hagans, turned it down.
Christina slices down the lane and
Last time he settled, this time he settles. Off the front of the iron, same result. Rebound taken by Kentucky. Quickly, just like nice strong take in between a couple of Kentucky defenders.
They are really going at Nate Sestina off the dribble. Whoever's got it is trying to attack that matchup. Great pass by Ashton Hagans.
And they have done a good job corralling Tunliff here in the second half after he went for 15 in the first. Kick ahead to Sestina. Lays it up and in. Great work.
Today, because grad transfers are very highly recruited. It's kind of the new wave of recruiting. Again, Ashton had to come through with his right hand, but still got enough of it to knock it off EKU.
More turnovers in this game than there are in the local radio industry. Hagans pushes it up the floor. Nice feed. You're keeping me circulated here tonight.
chance for them to run some half-court offense, which has not been the case very often because they've scored against this pressure. Splits it. Again, great pass. Averaging on the ball, and it's a turnover.
Hagans runs right past him again. This time, Sistina from the corner. 30-point Kentucky advantage. Richards.
Off the box inside. They say he's improved his footwork, and there's a demonstration of it right there in a low post.
And a nice look inside. E.J. Montgomery. Travis,
and Hero,
and Johnson. Those are four really good players.
Well, Hero's doing a great job at Miami.
Hagans to Nick Richards.
Nice transition down.